Hey guys, Mix here, and in today's video we are back with the Half Scout NASCAR, and in today's video I would like to try and take this thing outside and give it a really, I wouldn't say first test drive just because we already test drove it, but I didn't really get to really feel this thing as much as I really like to. But since then, there's been a ton of new upgrades. I mean, everything drivability is so much easier. There's brakes now. The shifter should actually work this time, along with the clutch. I can control the fuel pump and everything back here, so I don't have to keep hopping out, in and out, turn on and off and everything. There's throttle cables. Last time I literally just idled around the backyard to try and feel stuff out, and I mean, heck, it worked. I was able to move, but this time we should be able to actually move. If you guys didn't see already, in the last video, I hooked up throttle cables into the new dual 34mm carburetors, and what a difference. This thing revs up so quick, but only when the chokes are on. I just figured that out earlier. When the chokes are off, it doesn't really like to run. So what I'm going to do and try and fix that is something that I've been needing to do for a long time. And I know some of you guys know that I went back and forth on whether or not to do an air box or air filters, like individual pods. And I went ahead and got two AirPod filters, so that should definitely work better. Get some filtered air in there, maybe a little bit more suction to get the fuel going and limit the amount of air that could be leading it out. So I definitely just want to throw those on quick. It might be a little bit of a tight fit because these are like over 2 inches wide, little intake holes, and that's 54mm, which is like, I don't know, 2.1. I think that's 2.5 inches, so it's definitely going to be a little bit tight squeeze, but I think we're going to be able to do it. But then once we're done with that, I want to fire it up, make sure that it runs with the new air filters, maybe test it out. And once again, like I said with the whole thing with last video, this thing really isn't ready for the streets yet, that's for sure. So I just want to feel it around the backyard, maybe try and feel the power on it, really try and feel out how the kart feels with the engine that actually has power this time. Last time I just felt for like steering and everything like that, but this time, if my engine mounts will snap, or if, you know. The only thing that will probably hold us back is the chain. Last time I was skipping like crazy, but I did throw on that little tensioner I made, and I think you guys were saying it was a while ago I did this, but to put it on the bottom, I'm not sure what difference it makes. If it doesn't work this time, then I'm definitely gonna try and put it on the bottom just while it's here. But this is basically like a test and tune just to, you know, feel stuff out and improve. But that is enough chit chat. I don't want to get dark on us right now. So let's pop on these air filters, see if it runs any better. And then if it does, or, you know, if it does run, I'll push it out and give this thing a little bit of a spin. Filters are now on, so now I just want to give this thing a little fire up. I have been having some issues with fueling and the battery just dying from the cold, but the fueling issue, it's either the pump. I mean, as you guys know, we got it to work because it actually broke. It's still working great, but I think it just might not be powerful enough, or something else, maybe with the regulator, but it's kind of like an on and off thing, so we'll see how it works right now. Alrighty guys, so we are actually back here 2 days later from the last clip, and that's because in the last clip that you guys watched of me trying to fire this up, it wasn't running, and it took me 2 days to do the research and finally get the time to really tinker with it, and this is what I came up with. So this thing really was not firing at all. I mean, it was firing a little bit at the exhaust, but I could not get it to truly come to life and run, which is a little weird because since we put on those carburetors, it seemed to run really good. So after overlooking everything, somehow I missed it, but this carburetor was basically off of the boot. I mean, it was a massive air leak. Probably from pushing on the air filter, it might have slipped off or something, but I got that all taken care of. I tried it, and it was showing a little bit more signs of life. I think I actually got the fire up, but still was not running great. So I was thinking maybe another air leak, so what I did is I just sprayed some starter fluid, like in each of the connections. You know, I tightened up all the hose clamps, and what it was is cylinder number 1 had a air leak right on the seal, and that's because this wasn't screwed down, but the screw on it was kind of finicky. Like, I couldn't really turn it all the way. It was starting to strip, so I went ahead, took that out, put in a nice new one, and no more air leaks. Everything is nice and solid now. Definitely. and I went to fire it up with the chokes on, and well, this is what happened. And also, sorry for the poor quality. I had the lights off to see if there were any flames coming out the exhaust or intake or anything. So as you guys just saw, when the chokes were on, it was high idling like crazy. Like in the video, it doesn't sound that high, but it was high idling. It was so loud. I mean, then again, it has open headers pretty much, but. So I was talking to one of my teachers at school, and he said it seemed like it was a lean condition. So what I did is I went on the mixture screws on each of them and made them more rich and see if that made any difference. And I went to fire it up with the chokes off this time. This thing would have never ran with the chokes off pretty much ever, and this is what happened. As you guys just saw, it ran with the chokes on and it was running pretty good, but it was making somewhat of a sound like whenever I let the gas out, it would kind of cut off on like a cylinder or two. But when I had the gas on it and was like revving it or like kind of holding it steady, all 4 of the cylinders sounded like they were in tune and firing and everything like that and contributing to the engine. What I'm thinking is possibly one of the idle screws are a little bit too low. I'm gonna have to turn up the idle anyway because it's just too low in general. Like it sounds cammed, that's how low it is. But I think that one of these carburetors are just too low, and whenever I let off the gas, it just cuts off one of the sides. One side that's high enough on the idle is just keeping it alive. So I'll show you guys right now. I might actually just pull it out just because the fumes are really bad, and I'm gonna have to pull it out anyway because I want to test how this runs under load. Really hoping that the clutch is gonna work. So let me just do that real quick. I'm gonna roll back there and we'll test this thing out. I'll try and get it running as good as I possibly can. You know, do a little bit of fine tuning here and there because these carburetors are just so finicky. I'll try and help myself out and make sure that this thing can idle on its own. Because it is pretty cold out here. So as I was just running the engine, I kind of noticed when my hands were on both carburetors, which I've never done before while I was running, that this carb right here was doing what it used to do and backfire out the intake. Now, the other one, I didn't feel any type of backfires coming out of it. But if it's doing that, then obviously the mixtures on them aren't right. Now this mixture screw is a little bit hard to get to on this carburetor because the other one's in the way. So I'm thinking maybe I didn't turn it enough and get it as equal as the one next to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that right now, see if I get any more spins out of it to get it as equal as the one next to it. And that could make it run a little bit better. And also, I kind of understand why it's not starting right now with the chokes off, because first of all, the engine's cold. It's cold out here. It's a carbureted 80s motorcycle engine, and those are known for not liking the cold weather. When I had my Honda Super Magna, if you guys remember a while back, that 88 VF750C, that motorcycle, it didn't run that great in the winter, but once summer came and the warmth came, it ran so good. It was a crazy difference. I didn't even do anything. So I'm sure jetting and everything could even that out, but I'm just gonna try and work with what I got right now. I'm gonna start off by adjusting that mixture screw once again. Just finished up turning the mixture screw, and I turned it because it wasn't equal with the other one, which is a good sign. I'm pretty happy. If they were even, then I would have been kind of scared, but let's see if that helped it run any better. And I'm gonna try and start with the chokes off this time, and it should fire up. Oh, well that makes sense. So I was just adjusting all of that, and I'm like, man, this really is weird. It's not really doing much. I mean, this carburetor is doing some stuff, but this one wasn't. And I look at the fuel lines. Right now, there's nothing in them because I just turned off the fuel pump, but this line had fuel in it. This line did it. Pop the gas cap. That thing's dry as a bone. I don't know if you guys are gonna see that, but I'm gonna go ahead and put some fuel in it. Turn on the fuel filter, let the carbs fill up, and then I'll try that again. There we go, now we got fuel flowing. So guys, I think I got it to as good as I possibly can just with this setup. I mean, it's not bad. I got it idling a little bit better. You know, I can walk away from it this time. I don't have to keep hitting the gas over and over again. It doesn't sound like it's like switching over from 4 to 2 cylinders anymore. That's definitely really, really good. I could go ahead and maybe do a spark plug change definitely to help that out. I did change the spark plugs when I first got it, but ever since then I haven't changed them, and they have definitely gone through a lot, so definitely could benefit a little bit. But I do know that every cylinder is sparking. Every cylinder has compression, so it's just the fueling. Definitely got to try and figure that out. For now, I definitely say it's pretty good. But I want to go ahead, put on my helmet, try and drive this thing. A little bit nervous, not gonna lie. Don't know really what to expect. The only thing that I think might hold us back from really going is the chain possibly skipping again. If you guys remember the very first time, the whole thing fell off, but now it's much stronger. And I'm beginning to run out of daylight. It's only like 4 o'clock, so that kind of sucks, but that's enough chit chat. Let's try and get this thing to move under its own power and actually try and drive this for real. Okay, here we go. All right, key is on. Fuel pump is on. Really hoping that this clutch works. I don't think the clutch is adjusted enough because I just slammed this thing in gear. Nothing broke though, which is impressive. I just really don't want this battery to die. Alright, so I'm just going to adjust this a little just on the lever, and hopefully it works. Still got to figure out this whole clutch thing. The little mount that it goes onto kind of flexes and it causes it to not really fully engage. Alright, that seems a little bit better. Let's try this again. Alright, so it just wasn't cranking. I got really nervous, but it was just a neutral safety switch. I forgot I had it in gear. Woohoo! Woohoo! Okay, it's fast! It's fast! Oh, God! I think I might have just stalled it. Alright, this is still intact. Still so surprised it's intact. Holy cow, that was moving. And the chain was skipping. Definitely. So definitely gotta check out that tensioner a little bit. But I'm gonna try this again. Try not to stall it this time. No. Come on, battery. Woo! Dang it. So I just put this thing up in the charger real quick. I'm really cutting it tight right now for daylight, and I really want to get this done for you guys today, and I really want to drive this. So while it's charging up, I'm just going to go ahead and mess with the clutch cable real quick. I'm not going to bother recording it because I'm really just pushing it for time. I might try and stiffen this up as much as I can, but let me just get this done, and then I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So guys, obviously it is very dark out here right now, and that is because I just finished up just throwing together a new little clutch arm. And yes, it is a massive washer, but it does not flex at all. I definitely think it's good to go. Definitely feel like I'm getting way more like actual clutch movement, and you know, that it's actually doing something. But unfortunately, it is pitch black out right now, and it's only like 4:20. But we'll be all set for tomorrow, hopefully. And I should be able to drive this thing around and let the battery charge overnight. I should definitely just get a new battery at this point. But I was really trying to, you know, still get this done. I did get it done today, but not able to drive it some more. So we're just going to end it off for here, and I will see you all tomorrow. Alright guys, so we're back here the next day with a full battery charged up, a clutch cable that should hopefully work. and the chain's tensioner that is now adjusted to actually should be doing something. Before, when I just looked at it now, it was not doing anything pretty much at all. So now the tensioner should really be tensioning and doing its job. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and fire this thing up, let it warm up just a little bit because it is pretty chilly out here, and then it will be go time. That should be good. Here we go. Okay, clutch is working. Here we go. Let it out. Woohoo! Oh, the clutch works! Okay, alright, okay. Oh, it's aggressive. Oh, I hit the brakes and it stalled. So the clutch works, that's awesome. Alright, so what actually just happened is I kind of put the chain adjuster a little bit too tight against the chain, and I'm pretty sure the sprocket might have just like flung it or something. So obviously, I mean, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to stay, with this same little tensioner setup, but I'm just going to try and do it for now, and then I can try and get an actual one after this test drive. I'm definitely really, really happy that the clutch works, that's for sure. Ah, chain fell off. So we just put back on the chain. Just fell off again, I think. Oh no, what the heck? That's weird. It might have just went into neutral and I thought the chain fell off. Okay, back in we go. Oh my god, this is awesome. Alright, so steering, definitely understeers a little. Holy cow, I was right over a tree. Gonna need better brakes. Try to test out everything I can. Oh. Alright, so it's definitely pretty hard to tell how well it's driving around because of that dang chain, which we're gonna figure out probably in the next video, because I really want to get this up for you guys. But basically just wanted to tune this thing, but it seems like every time I'm just gonna drive it to the same thing. But as you guys just saw, I was trying to kind of use all my senses to feel what was going on. The engine feels a million times better than last time, that's for sure. I mean, it feels like it's ready to go, like it's ready to race. I think I'm going to do a couple more engine mounts as well. But like I said, this is just basically like a test and tune for today. I mean, obviously there's going to be a couple flaws here and there throughout the whole build, like anything that, you drive around. But I know exactly what I need to do for the chain, thanks to you guys, with the comments, with the whole tensioner and everything. And also, I think I need to kind of move one of the sprockets over because it looks a little bit misaligned, so definitely gonna mess with that. But then after that, probably gonna just do exhaust, cleaning this thing up, putting the speedometer and tachometer in, and definitely doing better brakes because when this thing's going, it's like a freight train. And once the chain isn't skipping, I'm sure it's going to be moving way, way faster, that's for sure. So I'm actually thinking about doing 4-way brakes all around, probably get some line lock for some burnouts, but definitely be on the lookout for that. Gonna start doing my research, or if you guys know any good 4-way brakes, or at least 3-way, 2 for the front, 1 for the rear, since this is a live axle, I need 2 rotors. But if you guys know any good brakes for mini cup cars, definitely comment that down below. But anyway guys, I'm gonna be ending off the video here. I was really hoping to drive it around just a little bit more, but if I just keep doing it, I'm just going to keep getting in and out with the stupid chain. But it's running, definitely running way better. I mean, I can start it up. It starts so much easier. It cranks right up. I don't have to worry about it not starting anymore. Do a couple things here and there, like there always will be. But slowly but surely, we will get there. But anyway, follow my social medias. They'll be on the outro of this video. Instagram, Snapchat, I use the most. But thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, tell your friends about the channel.